Hi, I'm Mustafa Akindele. I am running the 2025 London Marathon for the ACLT charity, which stands for the African Caribbean Leukaemia Trust. They are a specialist charity that focuses on people who are from the Black and mixed race heritage, so from whether you're from the African or Caribbean diaspora, and they focus on individuals like myself to give blood, to participate in donorship in terms of your organs, as well as stem cell research. And the charity has been running for 30 years. And the first time I participated, this is going to be my second time in terms of actually activated, being part of a fundraising for them. My first experience was in 2008, and I thought, you know what, I just need to do something for us. A charity that means something for my community. The running journey became therapeutic for me, and focusing on running, it just helped me refocus. It helped me to install discipline again. It made me value time with my loved ones, and that when you combine them all together, it was something that gave me a lot of structure, especially with being disciplined, with my mental health. It was an outreach and an outlet for me. I do find it as therapy. I think that when we live in a city, really fast paced, I have 2 boys, it becomes incredibly therapeutic when you're dealing with other stresses of life. And this is my time when I'm running on my own. I cocoon myself. I have internal thoughts from the internal dialogue, and it's a place of comfort when I'm running, and it's definitely a stress reliever. I've always been someone that is always had that winning mentality. I've always had to conquer, I've always had to succeed, and reinforcing that discipline also reinforces that into my professional life as well. Because once I've conquered that task, which is quite challenging, you're part of a small percentage of people that can actually run these distances at specific times, etc. You just take that mentality to how to be incredibly professional, to make sure that whatever task is at hand, you see it through, you get it done, and it just reinforces discipline throughout my life spectrum, when it comes to being a father, when it comes to being a business owner, when it comes to being a runner, or being active. 1 in 4 of us are going to know a person that has maybe lost, or maybe know someone that's suffering with cancer. And when it comes to like stem cell or blood transfusion within the African and Caribbean diaspora, as well as mixed parentage, the likelihood of finding a match is really, really small. So when it comes to this specific nature of the charity, this speaks to not just myself. I think it's a moral, and it's part of being a community. I'm community spirited. I think it's part of my obligation is to do something. The last 3 years, I've known of lost excess of 7 to 8 people that have personally passed away from cancer. This week alone, 3 people that I found that have passed away from cancer. I was born and raised in the UK, London, born in St Thomas's Hospital. I'm an 80s baby in November. I've been raised in South London all my life, and went to 2 prominent schools in South London, and my secondary school is actually one that actually shaped me forever, in terms of even to this day, one of my teachers that taught me in school is actually one of the godparents of one of my sons, and that was a profound experience. I've joined a run club, and the journey of how I met my new run club is quite funny, really. But when you are on a journey of joining a run club, you find out, or you go and you experience just the energy and the frequency of people, or the spirit of what the run club is going to be about. And prior to the run club that I'm now joined, which is Runpack, I went to a few prior. They all have their own unique flavors in terms of what they bring. Not condemning any, but you just know when you feel comfortable in an environment where people are like-minded, where people are embracing of you. So that's what really got me into running. The first session at Runpack, I thought I was reasonably fit because I've been playing recreational football, 8-a-side. I was kind of the one in the, I played in the midfield, or, but I was always up and down. I always had the good energy. But it was a reality check when I went to Runpack for my first session that I was absolutely in bits. But there was a community spirit. There was no egos. It was like look, we're in it together. We're all of us. We're all suffering, but come on, push forward. Let's do this. It's now been a journey. It's a great place to network if you want to do some business. And I just like the whole community aspect, that it's each one teach one, and everyone's in the same fight together. Everyone has a similar goal, which is to run marathons or run half marathons or run 5Ks, but the mission is to complete, and we train together. Find me on Instagram, click onto my link tree, and you just scroll onto the tab where you see the London Marathon 2025, and you just donate anything that you can afford to a really, really good cause.